where tradition meets innovation, comes a revolution in cooking oil. Introducing Gendo Premium Cooking Oil. Gender oil is made from groundnuts, a natural oil source that doesn't contain any toxins or harmful chemicals, cholesterol included. You heard that right. Gender oil is 100% cholesterol-free. Every drop of gender oil is packed with vitamin A and essential nutrients, delivering the unmistakable taste and aroma that is loved by generations of African food lovers. And here's the icing on the cake. Gender oil is fully certified by NAFDAC, and every bottle has unique security features so you can trust its quality, purity, and safety. So when you want no compromise on health and vitality while enjoying that authentic African flavor in all your dishes, Gender oil is the premium choice. Gender Premium Groundnut Oil. Unleash the goodness in every drop. Now available in stores near you.
Good evening. Welcome to another edition of Inside Politics with Shitu on Politics and Business Television here in Abuja. Don't forget to watch and follow us live on our various social media platforms. Tonight's discussion is going to center on the reshuffle of President Bola Ahmed TINUBU, first reshuffle of the President Bola Ahmed TINUBU appointment since August 2003. Yesterday, the 23rd of October 2024, President Bola Ahmed TINUBU has reshuffled his 45 members cabinet, naming 7 new ministers, sacking 5, and reassigned 10 others to new portfolios. The reshuffle includes the renaming the Ministry of Niger Delta Development to the Ministry of Regional Development, winding up the Ministry of Sports, and merged the Ministries of Tourism and Arts and Culture. The Minister for Education, Tourism, Women Affairs, Youth Development, and the Junior Housing Minister were sacked. The sacked ministers and their state, Dr. Jamila Bio, she is from Kwara State, while Dr. Beta Edu comes from Cross River. Also, the Minister of Education, Tahir Mama, from Adamawa State. The President also sacked Mrs. Ujuku Kenneth from Anambra State, from Ministry of Human Affairs, and lastly, Mr. Tijani Abdullah Rozo of Minister for State Housing from Kano State. The newly ministers are Nathan Yewatad from Plateau State, is the new Minister of Humanitarian. Mrs. Ojuko Bianca is the Minister for State for Foreign Affairs. She's also from the Anambra State. Dr. Suiba Said from Jigawa State, she is the new Minister of State Education. Mr. Mukhtar Meha from Borno State, he is the Minister of Livestock. That's one of the newly ministry that was just created by President President Bola Ahmed TINUBU, and Mrs. Jumoke Ojuwale, she's from Lagos State. She is the new Minister of Trade, and Malam Muhammad Megari is from Sokoto State, and he is the Minister for State Housing. And lastly, Malam Yusuf Abdullahi, the Minister for State Education. Tonight, I won't be discussing these developments, although since, like I said, since last year, August, that 45 members were on this journey of, piloting the affairs of our state, our nation, with President Bola Ahmed TINUBU. Yesterday, 23rd, the president, after he came back from his 2 weeks official break, he decided to take the bold step by rejigging his cabinet. Tonight, I am with Mr. Oyedele. He is the special advisor on media to the governor of Osun State, His Excellency Senator Ademola Nuruddin Adeleke. Good evening, Mr. Oyedele.
Yeah, good evening.
Thank you for joining us live in our studio tonight. We are discussing on the reshuffles of President Bola Ahmed TINUBU cabinet. How do you see this? Do you see it as a good development, or is it coming at the right time? Let's hear from you, sir.
Yes, good evening once again. Thank you for having me. My name is Oladele.
Okay, sorry for that.
I'm SSA on media to Osun State Governor here. Yes, the cabinet reshuffle by President Bola Ahmed TINUBU, to me personally, came to me as a bit of surprise because we are just talking about just over a year when those ministers were assigned portfolios by the president. It speaks to the fact that possibly Mr. President did not carry out due diligence while appointing those ministers, having a thorough background check as to their competence on the portfolios are assigned to each of them. Because for me, it's a bit of indictment on the president and the presidency having to sack some of these ministers just over a year, 1 year, 2 months or so now. So it's to me, it's like not just an indictment on those ministers,
individuals
discharged or relieved of their duties, but also an indictment on the APC administration, if I may say, because we are at a stage where we need to speak true to ourselves if we want to move forward. If I expected the APC gladiators, the chairman, and the rest of them to have sat with the president while appointing these ministers, getting to know who and who they needed to put where and where, and not just what appeared to me now like a bit of political patronages to those people.
If you said political patronages, what do you mean by that statement?
Yes, that is how it appeared to me. If they were actually competent, like professionals in their, core professionals in the field of what they were asked to do for the nation, and I'm not sure they will be found wanting so quickly as we have on our hands now.
But
because,
Mr. Oladele, am I right?
Yes.
Reshuffling cabinet is not a big deal. This is not the first time a president or a governor will decide or take that step. Like, let me take a look into this.
I take that. I understand that it happens, but this to me, in 2024 going forward, I believe it's a bit hasty to have some people indicted. As far as I'm concerned, I don't want to put any word under my cheek. That means they were indicted for underperformance. They couldn't have been relieved of their duties.
But neither the presidency or the president, their principal, never say that they were underperforming or they are underperformed. Rather, I beg your pardon.
I'm a Nigerian. I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know why someone appointed just over a year to do some things for the country will be asked to go just over a year. To me, that is how it appears to me summarily.
Okay.
If they are performed wonderfully well, competently well, they will be on their duty post. So let me repeat myself that yes, it is not just an indictment on those ministers sacked, but a bit of question mark on the level of diligence carried out while appointing those individuals into public offices. I hope the ones who have been brought in today must have gone through some scrutiny this time around, such that in the next few months again, we will not be will not be having another issue of reshuffling the cabinet. Because when you do all that, there will be disruptions here and there.
Okay.
So we are partnering with a lot of issues on our hands, and I don't know.
Okay, let's look at this from this perspective. I've seen these appointment of the ministers. Let's take an example. If you check the diagram on our screen, this shows that in Southwest, which we have Oyo State, Osun State, Lagos, Ogun State, Ekiti State, and Ondo States, we have 6 states. Out of these states, Ondo is having 2 powerful ministers, which the Minister of Interior is from Ondo State, and the newly substantial Minister of States is also from Ondo State. And checking out the last 2023 general election, saying which of these states deliver from, I know this is not your party, but we're just trying to see the balance. If the appointment of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is fair enough to the people of Southwest, although Ondo State is having 2 ministers, while Oyo State is having 1, what can you say to this appointment in this regard?
Yes, I want to believe that the Constitution is very clear. It confers the power in this regard on Mr. President to so appoint as he wishes. This will take me back to what I mentioned earlier. Let's deal more with competence. Let's deal more with who and who can
deliver,
can do this and do that. Away from whether someone is appointed from Ondo, someone appointed from Oyo. If the president likes, as the Constitution asks him to do or confers on him, he can as well appoint 10 in Ondo alone if his party permits. That is, if like that, the other geographical balance will be maintained. I don't know. That is left to the president and his kitchen cabinet, his party members who felt who must come from here, who must come from there. My own concern as a citizen of Nigeria as we speak is how well are those appointed performing? What are they doing? We are talking of people so appointed under 1.5 years. They are being asked to go. Are we not to fall into another scenario of having them underperforming and being asked to go again? That is my own concern. If they are good enough for whatever they are asked to do for the nation, so be it. It is the reign of President Tinubu that we have in Nigeria today.
Okay.
He has the prerogative to appoint whoever he feels,
and also to dismiss whenever he feels that is a cabinet are not doing fine, right?
Yes, but
Okay, Mr. Ladile, let's look at it from this angle as well. Fine. All you're after is competency, irrespective of where you are from, who you are, how many is given to you. The question here is, your point here is, can you do the job? And
can you do the job well?
And
do you have the
from the part of exactly from the part of the government, precisely from the president, should also able to scrutinize, to fact check the individualism of these people.
Of these people, it's not
okay.
Like, some
in this new
introducing
okay in this
to him and ask him that this is my abu, this is my younger one somewhere.
Fine. I have
appoint him as minister and all that.
Mr. Wadele,
they must know who is appointing.
Exactly, Mr. Wadele. Now listen to me, please. I have two questions that I want to ask you now. One, currently now Nigerian has 46, if I'm not mistaken, or 47 ministers, I beg your pardon, sorry. Didn't you think there are some ministries that are supposed to be merged together to avoid this number of ministries in terms of the expensive? Do you think this is going to cost the government a lot of expensive? That's one question. The second question, the president announced the wife of the pro-Biafra that I'm talking about, the Ojukwu, the late Ojukwu. Bianca Ojukwu.
Yeah.
Are you not seeing this as a big strategy from the president and for this government of APC today?
Strategy over, I don't know, strategy over competence depends on what the president wants her to do.
Because people are saying, Mr. Honorable, that the president is a real power player in this game. Because why, of all people, Miss Bianca Ojukwu is not even part of the APC member. I think it's from Abga. Why she, at this moment where the southeastern part of this country are calling or agitating that they want to break out? And is it not part of, I
will not say because she's not from the APC. Even in Osun State here, we have some professionals that are not really PDP, card-carrying PDP members before they were appointed commissioners, university dons, core top-notch health practitioners and all that, bank chiefs and what have you. It depends on what the government wanted from them here in Osun State. So the same thing goes with Mr. President. If there are certain things aside this way you put it, that aside political strategies, aside political calculations, that let me use Bianca Ojukwu to appeal to the sentiment of our people in the southeast, or to break them or whatever. Mrs. Bianca Ojukwu must be seen to be capable of doing whatever is placed on her hands. That is my own, that I will continue to hammer on. It must not just be this selfish, personal, political advertisement or calculations. I'm calculating towards 2027, and so let me do this in the southeast. That means, God forbid, in another couple of months we may begin to have other failures in some ministries, and in some ministers we have to roll again. We must do away, because there are other nations of the world where we are also very quick to emulate when it comes to other areas of governance. When it comes to fuel subsidy removal now, we begin to quickly mention Western nations and all that. But what are we learning from them? When elections are over, for goodness sake, my brother, another election is still like around three years away. That is ultimately in the hands of God Almighty. So what the president has on his hands now is good governance. The pain Nigerians are going through is not part of what they bargained for while voting for him. So his personal calculation must not suppress the well-being, the living standards of Nigeria. Mrs. Bianca Ojukwu, whoever he has brought in now, must not be premised alone on his own selfish, on the president's selfish political calculation of permutations. It must be geared towards the well-being, the ultimately well-being of Nigerians.
Okay.
So the president must play less on the board of his power play, as you put it, but being a statesman, a man that is ready to leave a lasting legacy of good governance for the people of Nigeria, no matter the calculations he does. My dear brother is going to leave that seat one day.
Sure. Okay.
That is as sure as anything.
Mr. Redley, of course. Now, the question that I want you to answer, the fact, out of these 5 ministers that the president relieved yesterday, on your own, based on your own view, which of these ministers do you think supposed to maintain the president should have allowed to continue this government? Do you have any?
My dear brother, I can even hardly mention a name among them. Most of the president ministers, even those that are not sacked.
You mean even those that are already?
They just want to use those ones as scapegoats to placate us.
You mean the cabinet of the
are
you saying?
Are even performing up to the task as we speak.
Mr. Oladele, are you saying that out of the 45 cabinet members of the president, none of them is up to the task? Is that what you're saying?
Except for those perhaps for those that have some PDP blood in their veins.
What do you mean by PDP blood? Who among them has the PDP blood?
Like former Governor Wike, like former Governor Imuayil of Eboyi, and the rest of them. You hardly can mention.
So are you saying that when it comes to good governance, delivering of good governance, are you saying PDP, your party, are the best in terms of delivering good governance in this country?
Nigerians can attest to that.
No, I'm asking.
I'm not sure that is the topic we are discussing.
No, you just said, of course, that's not the topic. Of course, that's not the topic, but you just said that. You just said that among the cabinet members of the Mr. President, only those that have the blood of PDP running in their veins are the ones performing excellently. And that is why I'm asking you. And you just mentioned His Excellency Governor Wike, which is the Minister of LCT, also the Excellency Governor Ebonyi State, that's David Humai. You are saying that it is only your party that can deliver good governance. Well,
maybe until we see what Mr. President now will do, because perhaps one just over a year may not be too right to say that he has failed. We will still give him some time.
Okay.
To adjust.
Okay. Let's quickly rush. Let's
speak now. As we speak between me and you and Nigerians who are watching us or listening to us, I believe they can attest to whatever.
Okay.
To what the PDP has done in this nation.
Okay, fine. We are going to come back. We are going to come back to that part in our last segment before we round up this program. Let's quickly go for a short break and come back, Mr. Oladele. A short break. A short break.
In the heart of Nigeria, where tradition meets innovation, comes a revolution in cooking oil. Introducing Gendo Premium Cooking Oil. Gender oil is made from groundnuts, a natural oil source that doesn't contain any toxins or harmful chemicals, cholesterol included. You heard that right. Gender oil is 100% cholesterol free. Every drop of gender oil is packed with vitamin A and essential nutrients, delivering the unmistakable taste and aroma that is loved by generations of African food lovers. And here's the icing on the cake. Gender oil is fully certified by NAFDAC, and every bottle has unique security features so you can trust its quality, purity, and safety. So when you want no compromise on health and vitality while enjoying that authentic African flavor in all your dishes, Gender oil is the premium choice. Gender Premium Groundnut Oil. Unleash the goodness in every drop. Now available in stores near you.
Okay, welcome back to the last segment of this discussion. We are still on the topic, the President TINUBU reshuffle cabinet, and we are saying the development. What impact will this development give to the people of this country? Of what benefits is it going to be to the people of this country? These are the discussion we are having with the SSA on media to the governor of Osun State in person of Mr. Oladile. Mr. Oladile, welcome back. Thank you for your time. Welcome back.
Thank you for
Okay, fine. Going further, we're talking about the reshufflement of this cabinet of the president.
Yes.
Government is all about what is going to be of benefit to its people.
Yes.
Whether we don't want to know how you're going to do it, make sure as a government your responsibility is to provide an enabling environment for your people, not like the one people are saying now, that we mustn't go through this hard time, hardship, difficulty before our country should be reformed in a proper way. Now, the president just sacked or reshuffle his cabinet, rejig his cabinet. Do you think this development has anything to do with good governance on what is on ground? What's benefits? You check it as a media man, as a spokesperson to a government. You've studied this development since yesterday that it has happened, and from the media perspective, do you think there's any impact it's going to give to the people of this country?
Yes, I'm judging from where we are coming from on this program. I honestly hope and pray that the new development we witness will impact positively, as expected by Nigerians, on the governance of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, because that is the essence. Like I will continue to say, that is the essence. But just going by what the handwritings we are seeing on the wall, trying to appease to the sentiment of a section of Nigeria, and I don't know. But until those people start working, and we begin to see what they are bringing to the table, we begin to see the output. How well are they there to advise Mr. President properly? How well are they there to impact on his administration, such that Nigerians, the electorate, Nigerians will ultimately begin to feel that they have a government that is responsible and responsive. Because you don't pretend over ghosts. You don't pretend over some unseen elements. You are administering human beings, and when pains of the citizens, when pains being experienced by the citizens is more harrowing than what they can benefit as citizens of the country, then we should check it. Because you cannot continue to bury your people as a father in the house and be happy. Nigerians are dying today. Are we better off security-wise? Are we better off economically? Is our education moving forward? Well, these are indices, these are indicators we have to look at.
Okay, now let me just chip in now from where you just stopped, talking about the economy. What if I think the president reject the economic team? Maybe he says he wants to relieve the Minister of Finance and his team. How will you feel, and what are you going to say? Are you going to commend the president, or do you think this current team of our economy are doing well with their policies and what have you?
As a matter of fact, if there was going to be any cabinet reshuffle at all,
yes,
personally, I expected that such reshuffling should happen within the economic team.
But
I don't know what.
But I asked you some few. I asked you
what expertise the Minister of Finance, the central bank governor. I don't know what they are bringing to the table, such that we now begin to a naira or dollar to the naira as we speak is floating here every day around 1,700 naira as we speak. We are talking of fuel subsidy removal without planning, where Mr. President himself is the Minister of Petroleum. These are core economic team that will
so you're saying that if you're saying
we have a lot of planning on the well-being of
Mr. Oladele, are you saying that if you are given the opportunity to advise the president tonight, you will tell him directly that, Mr. President, go and rejig your economic team, starting from the Ministers of Finance? Are you saying that?
I will not miss words to say that. It is either he reject the team or he sits them down, then that Nigeria is not working as we speak. My team, go and sit up or I sack you. You should send a note of warning to their hearings.
Okay.
As far as I'm concerned.
Okay.
Nigeria are going through pain.
Another ministry that I want us to quickly talk about is the Ministry of Defense. The two ministers were lucky to retain their offices and to retain their portfolios. What can you say about these two? Are you also saying, do you have the same opinion on the ministry and the team of economy as the same of the defense?
Yes, as a matter of fact, if the president sincerely wanted to reshuffle this cabinet, it should be a wholesale clearance. As far as I'm concerned, you should have sacked all the ministers, except for 2 or 3 of them there.
Who and who? Can you tell us who of 2 of the 3 that you're talking?
I mentioned some earlier.
Please, can you?
Are you saying Minister of Power is performing, or what are we talking about?
You said it some few weeks ago, that Nigeria can boost up 20 hours power supply now.
In his house.
What about in Osun State, where you are at the moment?
In his house.
What about Osun State that you are at the moment?
Yeah, Osun State has been a bit lucky in terms of power distribution in Nigeria. You know the configuration of Osun State as far as power generation is concerned in Nigeria. But as lucky as we are, as I speak, there is no light. I just have to wait because I had an agreement with you.
Mr. Oladele, without you not missing words, it's your opinion. You are Nigerian. You are entitled to it.
Yes.
Tell me, list any number of the minister that the president could not rejig or could not, rejig, that they are still in the government today, that if you are to advise the president, you will tell him that this need to go, this need to go, this need to say. Can you just, without missing the words, you are entitled to your opinion.
Retain Wiki, let him continue to do what he's doing in the FT.
Are you saying because it's from your party? Are you saying that because it's from your party?
No, retain Umahi. Umahi has become from
I can see
before he became minister.
I can see.
Retain him.
Okay.
And clear orders out of
so
office.
You mean out of 46 or 47 ministers, it's only 2 that the president should retain, and these 2 and these 2 are because they are from your party?
Not just because they are from
not even the minister of interior.
Ask African Nigerians today. Ask African Nigerians.
When you go to the
how many of the ministers can they beat their chairs are performing?
People, based on what people are saying before this cabinet reshufflement, they always give praises to the Minister of Interior, Oluwabumi, from Ondo State. But I'm surprised. I was expecting you to also mention, maybe you never concentrated, maybe you never even focused on his own part. You should try that also. I'm not here to campaign for him, but based on what people are saying.
My brother, I'm just hearing my own opinion.
Okay.
All said and done, the box still stops on the president's table. What I'm concerned about as in Nigeria today is the mitigation is a solution to what Nigerians are facing. There's no governance without people's well-being being improved upon. We must not be having a situation whereby government of yesterday, a government like led by our former President Buhari, people must not be praising President Buhari today.
Is that happening? Are you saying is that happening at the moment? Is it happening at the moment? Is it happening at the moment? People are praising him.
Maybe you don't know. That's people are beginning to draw lines. That's so former President Buhari is even better. With nothing under the heart must make that happen to Nigerians. What I'm praying fervently, I'm begging fervently, if there are other ministers that the president know are not doing what will bring joy, peace, tranquility to the table of Nigerians, he should sack them. The president is not a small boy. He's not a young man. What he has in front of him now is to leave a legacy that will make his name become indelible in the heart of Nigerians. You cannot, if the president leaves this stage today, are Nigerians going to have a loving memory of him? Don't let us deceive ourselves. The president is like my father. He's a Yoruba man. But in Yoruba land, we don't miss words. We speak truth to power. We talk truth to ourselves. We are the epicenter of civility. And we must be able to say the truth. Our father, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, must rejig, especially his economic team. He must look very deep and very deeply into the petroleum sector. That is the mainstay of our economy. We are still not being able to diversify our economy to a stage that gives room for us to begin to hike fuel under the guise of removing fuel subsidy.
Okay.
Without any plan for local production, without any plan for repercussions and what have you.
Okay, Mr. Oladele, thank you for your thoughts, your inputs. Now, there's something that happened during the announcement of this new cabinet member. The newly essay on media to the president on community or communication and public orientation. I'm talking about the former Minister of Youth and Sport, in person of Honorable Sunday Dare, was announced as an SA media. A lot of issues, a lot of controversies, as you know, been on the media space since yesterday. Do you see anything bad? Do you see anything wrong in someone that has served in the capacity of a minister for 4 years, and now another government, same government, but another person, bringing him back as an SA media? Do you see anything bad in that?
Yeah, my brother, do let us believe ourselves over that. The president knows what he wants to explore in him. Mr. Dare is a vibrant man, as far as I know. The media is another sector entirely that you and I know. I believe the president will not be playing around, will not just be playing to the gallery, putting Mr. Dare in that very sensitive position. He knows he must have studied his competence, he must have studied his vibrancy and all that before bringing him to that very, something very difficult, especially in a trying time as we are, like we are in Nigeria today. We want to defend a government that is always under attack by Nigerian youth, especially. More so, Mr. Dare is coming from is there with experience from the youth sector, from the youth demography in the country, and he knows that media is not what it used to be. It is no longer business as usual, where you have to wait for the major news prints to know what is going on in Nigeria the second day. It happens. Nigerians have it hot now. So I hope, and I strongly believe that Mr. Dare should be able to do some things. He should be able to fill that position effectively. I hope so. I pray so.
You said something while you were trying to express the action of the Mr. President on the Honorable Minister, now the Special Advisor on Media to the President of Honorable Sunday Dare, that this is a time where a government needs an individual like him to defend this government. Are you saying that you are also defending this government? Are you also in support of Mr. Dare as a person should come and defend this government? Do you know the fact that
I mentioned something earlier,
okay,
my dear brother, that everything must not be politics. As we are now, politics is over. We begin to talk national politics again when we get to 2026 and beyond. For now, it is governance and governance alone. So I expect Mr. Dare to fill the vacuum left behind by a jury, I think.
Well, they are not operating on the same platform. A jury was a spokesperson. Mr. Sunday Dare will be operating from the Ministry of Information. I think
yes, I still believe so strongly that Mr. Dare is brought in to do certain things in that regard. So it is not what I'm saying is that it is not just about politics, whether I'm supporting him or supporting Mr. President. I'm praying because there's nothing I want to gain. If Mr. President fails, it will affect me too, just as it's affecting me now.
How is it affecting you? You are in government.
My dear brother, I have people to fend for. I know the burden on me as I speak.
But you're in government.
People that could fend for themselves before, they can no longer do that. I receive call every day. I face a lot of fire from my own people and acquaintances every now and then. So I know what is going on in Nigeria. I'm either direct or indirect victim too. So what I'm saying is that what we need now, whoever is put wherever, should just must be able to deliver. Mr. Dare or whoever must be able to deliver. It is not just about dishing out lies to Nigeria, defending what is indefensible or whatever. In fact, when there is the need, you should call Mr. President to a corner and talk and speak truth to him, because he will be there. Mr. Dare will be the one that will always be there to receive the bashes, the passion. He will be there to read Nigerians' pulse. He should be able to deliver to Nigerians to his principal too, what Nigerians are saying, what they are facing, so that the president, in turn, will be able to take right steps in the right direction for the benefit of the good citizens of this country.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Oladele. Lastly, before you go, before I allow you to go on this program, we have less than 5 minutes to round up this program tonight. Without no missing words, as the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, has it done well? If you are to rate the president, I think we are in the 17 months or thereabouts. Politics aside, regionalism aside, how best will you rate Mr. President? And where I will think Mr. President has done well? That's fine. In this sector, he has done fine. In this sector, I'm going to score him 0. So, in 3 minutes.
I don't know where I want to score President high. I will not deceive myself. I'm a Christian. I have my conscience. Nigerians are watching me. They are listening to me. I don't know, is it in security sector? Is it on economic sector? Is it sport? Is it where do I want to score Mr. President high? Yes, I mentioned earlier, perhaps, Mr. President still has some things up his sleeves that we don't know, with the unending hike in fuel prices here and there. I don't know where that will lead us, because as of today, that is the mainstay of what we have as economy, and that is what affects every single commodity in Nigeria. So I don't know where exactly I want to score him high. The only thing, like as you also put it, is his own permutations, his own ability to forecast or to peep into the future of sustaining himself in power. Even with his present action that we are discussing today, anything outside that, the president has not scored anything. We should tell him the truth, so that Mr. President, I'm one of his subjects in the Southwest, is to sit up and rejig Nigeria for the better. If anybody is scoring him high, look at security. Where do you think it's safe today in Nigeria? Gone are the days when people like us want to come to that Abuja. We take jolly ride from Abuja. If I cannot fly from Ibadan now, I will have to go to Night Fiji before I will come to Abuja.
Why?
You say why? And I will pass through Kogi, pass through those hard roads without being picked up by bandits, without being kidnapped. Where do you think is safe today in Nigeria? Don't let us deceive ourselves. The bombings, the killings are still going on everywhere.
We don't have any record of bombing so far in this country.
Okay. You maybe don't let us spoil this thing for ourselves. But okay. I just hope Mr. President will look at himself in the mirror and call himself by name. Bola, am I doing well? And Nigeria really smiling. He should ask himself questions.
Okay.
He should soliloquize.
Okay.
He should talk to himself.
Okay.
And look at himself in the mirror.
Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
And Nigerians as happy as we are, as they are in their family.
Okay.
They should please talk true. They should please speak truth to themselves and reverse some of the policies that is bring pains to the heart, that is piercing through the heart of Nigerians today.
Okay. Mr. Oladele, we are very grateful for having you tonight. We really appreciate.
I'm very grateful for giving me this.
We really appreciate every single drop you gave to Nigerians tonight. Your opinions.
Thank you very much.
And your thoughts about the reshuffling of the cabinet of the president. We say thank you very much on behalf of the Politics and Business Television in Abuja. Have a wonderful night. God bless you, and God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Thank you. See you again.
Thank you. So, before we go, Mr. Oladele just said something, that the president should look into the mirror and ask himself this question: am I really doing fine? And Nigerians smiling at me. If I'm to leave today, what will the common Nigerians are going to see about me and my government? Yes, in the last 48 or thereabouts hours, the president decided to rejiggle his cabinets. Yes, Nigerians will be expecting something new, something innovative. Some Nigeria will even believe that, well, with these new ministers, well, we are going to get it right. He said, we asked him a question and he said, if he has the opportunity to ask the president a question, to tell him the truth, we tell him that you've not done well here. In fact, he said that he's not going to score the president anything. Well, that was his opinion and his thoughts. It's never opinion of politics and business management or my opinion. And he's entitled to his own opinion. At this junction, we are going to say good morning to Nigerians and thank you for being with us. I am Shitu Abdul Fattah from Politics and Business Television. Good morning, Nigeria.
In the heart of Nigeria, where tradition meets innovation, comes a revolution in cooking oil. Introducing Jendo Premium Cooking Oil. Jendo oil is made from groundnuts, a natural oil source that doesn't contain any toxins or harmful chemicals, cholesterol included. You heard that right. Jendo oil is 100% cholesterol free. Every drop of Jendo oil is packed with vitamin A and essential nutrients, delivering the unmistakable taste and aroma that is loved by generations of African food lovers. And here's the icing on the cake. Jendo oil is fully certified by NAFDAC, and every bottle has unique security features so you can trust its quality, purity, and safety. So when you want no compromise on health and vitality while enjoying that authentic African flavor in all your dishes, Jendo oil is the premium choice. Jendo Premium Groundnut Oil. Unleash the goodness in every drop. Now available in stores near you.